Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about data sets and what they are and how they are affecting the profits that we're making when it comes to stock video sales. First of all, I'd like to say that I am not associated or affiliated with Blackbox. I use Blackbox and I like Blackbox. I endorse them. I think it's a great way to make to upload your videos and to sell them. But when I talk about Blackbox, I don't want you to think that I am speaking as an insider or a person that has some kind of special knowledge of how Blackbox works. I just have the knowledge of a person who has been using Blackbox regularly since 2018 and who is very happy with it. In September and October, my stock video sales almost doubled. And that's because data sets were reported in September and October. I'll show you how it changed things. But first of all, we have to know what data sets are. I'd like to admit I'm not an expert on what this is. I looked at the various agencies. I looked on the Blackbox user guide and tried to learn as much as I could about what data sets are. And here's what I learned. All content uploaded to Blackbox is considered eligible for dataset earnings. There is no opt-in and opt-out. The reason is, I suppose, is that would be too complicated with all the many users that are on Blackbox. What Blackbox does is licenses through the various agencies customers to use your videos for trends analysis, analytics, and AI training. This includes artificial intelligence visual learning, which is needed for self-driving vehicles, for example. Your clips may also be used for generative video programs in the future. I don't think this is happening yet. I could be wrong. But what I'm saying is that these AI programs that people are inventing need a lot of data. They need a lot of input. And so videos is one way to get that, to feed these machines all the data they need to do the generative learning so that they can fulfill their potential. So when your clips are used for that, you get some income. Please keep in mind that this is a new form of earning. I'll show you how it's affected me and my sales with the size of library that I have. It may affect you differently. But reporting and payments of data sets has been very sporadic. This is because it's new. It's because each agency probably reports at a different time frame. And it's also because Blackbox then has to separate all of those income reports by user, by account, by individual percentages that you might have listed in your in your Blackbox account. What I've seen so far is that these profits come in about twice a year over a 2-month period. We seem to get them in March and April of 2024. I'll show you exactly what I got. And then we got them again in September and October. And in September, October, for me, it was huge. And I'll show you how that affects me. Now, I don't expect this to happen every month. I don't expect this type of reporting to be every month. It seems to take a while, and it comes in indirectly, but it started out pretty small, but the last 2 times it was big. And so this is a new stream of income that I am very excited about, and I think you should be too. Let's get into some details of it. Okay, what we're looking at here is my earnings for 2024, and you can see that they are 10,900, almost 11,000, and that's through part of November. I'll tell you why I say part of November, even though it's into December, that this is just part of November because there will be more profits that will be reported for November. But what I want to draw your attention to is the month of October, where I earned $1,969, and the month of September, where I earned $1,632. Those are my all-time high. The times that were high before that were 1,257 and just under $1,000 in March and April. These 4 months of high earnings have something in common, and I'll show you what that is. If you go to My Earnings in Historical Analytics, let's change this to 18 months. You can see here that every month I earn about $200. If you look in this row where it says subscription sales, every month I earn about $200. You can go back as far as you want. You can go back down into 2023, and you can see that this average is well over $200. So when I say in November that this isn't what my earnings are going to be, this is not what my payout's going to be, $751, it's going to be $900 or even $1,000, because the subscription sales will be reported right before payout, and that $11 will be at least $200. All right. And also discount packs will go higher. You can see that, well, I think they will, maybe not. But what I want to draw your attention to are the biggest months I had in 2024 were March. Well, what happened in March? In March, we received Dataset. You see this category here next to the last? Dataset earnings were $102 in March and $50 in April. But in September, Datasets were almost $1,000, $920 I earned in Datasets. That's more than I earned with all my other sales on that month. So that gave me the highest month I've ever had, which was $1,632. Then next month, Datasets were reported again at $777, and that gave me a total of $1,969. This is my highest ever. So what we're seeing here is that in this early part of in the spring, March and April, datasets were reported, and then we saw in the fall, again, even larger datasets. So as our clips are being used to fuel the learning of AI programming and systems, we're getting profits based on those clips being fed into those programs. And it looks like that every spring and every fall, Blackbox is going to report that. Now, I don't know if that trend of when they report it and when the profits come in is going to continue. But if it does, then in 2025, sometime or in the spring, we should see a month or two where we get these big profits. And since the last one was so big, I think this is even going to grow higher. This is an exciting thing. And you can see, again, if we go back to my dashboard, and we put 2024 in, you can see that overall, I didn't earn $1,000 a month, but my average is going to be $1,000 a month because of the big months, these two big months here. And I think I'm going to have good sales in November and December. It's already at $11,000. All I need is $12,000 to average to average over $1,000 a month in 2024. And so those months, the data sets were reported, March and April, and September and October. If this is repeated in 2025, I think those totals will even be higher. So this is an exciting thing. AI, which I thought might negatively impact stock video and stock picture earnings, stock photography earnings, is not limiting those earnings. In fact, it's multiplying them. And I think it's an exciting thing for us to be a part of right now. So consider subscribing and giving me a like, and please let me know if there's something else you would like to hear from me about in regards to stock video sales and creation.